Early on, we would try to send something to an influencer and they would post it, and maybe it was a passport cover and it had their initials that we monogrammed, but you couldn't tell it was us. So in 2017 or 2018, we launched hand-painted letters, and that's when it was like, boom, something took off. When people started to post, you could see it right then and there, and you knew what you were looking at. It really stood out.
I'm David Liu.
I'm Rae Liu, and my brother and I are the co-founders of Leatherology, based in Carrollton, Texas.
What makes our company really unique is that we do everything from IT, customer care, merchandising, marketing, as well as warehouse fulfillment, monogramming, personalization. But we also own our own factory in Asia. And one of our really unique personalization types is called trapunto. And that is where the letter or the monogram is stitched into the bag itself. And that can only happen because of our vertical integration model. We are very proudly a Dallas-Fort Worth based business, especially as Leatherology is a fashion brand. Most of your competitors are bi-coastal, and I think it's shaped us in the business and even the design of our products in ways that are really important to who we are. We grew up in Plano, and Rae is 4 years older than me. Our father and our mother were full-time working parents while raising us, and they went through so many ups and downs building different iterations of the business, but they did instill in us a quality of nothing deserved, everything earned. And I think that's just a mentality growing up in a first-generation American household, that we have to work for everything that we have.
There was definitely a lot of traditional immigrant values. Hard work, heads down, study hard, and then when you get a job, work hard.
Our parents never, quote unquote, pressured us to join the family business. There was never this, hey, you're expected to take on the family business. So they gave us a lot of latitude in what we did as long as we did it well.
My dad has always had this philosophy of, if you build it, they will come, like Field of Dreams. So I think in his mind, he was saying, if I build a foundation for a business that has enough potential, I won't have to pressure my children to come. They will just naturally make their way there. I thought I wanted a career in politics, not running for office, but writing policy, working behind the scenes. And I spent 2 years at the World Bank. It was very bureaucratic. And I think as a young adult who wanted to really make a difference in the world and go, that was really hard for me. And when I was 25, I thought, okay, this isn't working for me. And I enrolled myself in fashion school. And then my first job led to my second job, which was doing product development for Alexander Wang and launching his handbag and footwear business. And I know David said earlier that our parents didn't really put pressure on us to come back. I got a lot of pressure. It wasn't bad pressure. My dad always said it with a smile. He would just be like, so have you thought more about moving home? Over and over again. If I am going to be the daughter that comes in, I'm going to work harder than everyone else. I'm going to stay later than everyone else. I'm going to clean the bathroom if no one else is doing it. No job is too small. I don't want anyone thinking that I don't deserve to be here.
I was a linguistics major with a business minor. People ask me why linguistics. I don't know. I was just really passionate about it. When I joined Google in 2010, my sister had just moved back to rejoin the family business. And I remember every time I would come home to Dallas, my sister and my father would want to have a meeting with me to talk about how to improve our advertising spend. When I ultimately decided to move back to Dallas, it was just like a marriage of skill sets and experience that I could bring that at a point when the business was just starting to scale.
But you thought you were moving back to work in the business part-time and open a coffee shop, because that was his passion. Just help us for a few hours.
Yeah, why don't you come into the office, just you get a space to work, and you can on the side help us and consult. I was not just consulting, I was fully in.
It actually took me a while to embrace the title. Founder, I'm such a literal person that I was like, well, I didn't sign the line and make this happen, therefore I can't claim this. And as I worked, I realized, where is that line?
The business has evolved with every entry point, every way we've contributed to it. What it was in 2005 versus 2008, versus 2011, it versus today is totally different.
David and I brought very different experiences when we joined the company, and very quickly each of us transformed it in different ways.
The new colors for spring, we've got these blues here. This one, this one, this one.
When I joined, I don't know, maybe there were 10 people, and performance reviews? Like, no, that's not something we did at all. Culture? No. But that got on turbo drive when David joined because he was like, no, this is how we need to do it. This is how you grow and scale a real company. I don't remember exactly how many products they had, but my guess is maybe a few dozen, mostly small leather goods. And now we have anywhere from 200 to 300 styles running at a time. We have travel duffels, we have a whole handbag line. That was something I launched after I came back.
Fashion can be very come and go and hot and cold, and we want to build a business that is more sustainable based on smart growth. A lot of people's first touch point is receiving a Leatherology item in our bronze boxes as a gift from someone else. And the great thing is that when you talk to some of these people, they'll be like, I've had this for years. Like, those are the moments that we crave for, even more than a celebrity sighting of a handbag. In the future, we're thinking of more collaborations, brick and mortar retail, international expansion. So we don't want to be known as purely an e-commerce play business, but that is such a core foundation to how we've gotten to where we are. And that's really empowered us with like the data that we need to determine the next steps of where we go.
If you had asked me at 18 when I was heading off to college if this is where I saw my life heading, I would have said no. Like, I could not have imagined this. But now I believe that I am doing what I'm meant to. So I'm in the right place. It just took a long time to get here.
We're constantly focused on proving ourselves and making sure we are just not taking advantage of what has been built, but building on top of it and doing more. To be iconic for our business means longevity. That has an impact on culture, on people for longer than a single point in time. And I think that really goes to what we're focusing on, is building a business that's not just about growth today or sales today, but something that we can see for years and decades and generations to come.